All right, guys. Okay, let's start over again then with this. So this is the content strategy that's going to help you become the go-to authority on transformation and weight loss. So we're going to dive straight into this. We're going to have a bigger picture overview. I'm going to break down the types of content for you to create, and then we're going to turn it into an action plan. So the first thing we need to look at is a look at your overall audience. Now, there are actually 3 segments to your audience. So if you're targeting women between the age of 30 to 45 in your area, and let's say there are 100,000 people you can reach, then it's actually broken down into 3 different areas. We have the awareness phase, people that are just becoming aware of the problem, the information phase, and the action phase. Now, the problem most FitPros see is they don't create content. They're only creating content for the action phase, or maybe the information phase. And if most of your content is there, the problem is that only makes up 10% of your entire audience, and you're missing out on the 90%. So you need to make specific content for each phase of this. You need to communicate with each person differently. And when you do this, you're going to reach 90% more people, and you're going to now get more people leading them into your programs, and you're going to be qualifying them essentially and making them more ready to buy. So the awareness phase, this is where 90% of your audience is. So if we've got 100,000 people in the example, 90,000 of those are going to be in the awareness phase. And what that means is they don't even really know, they don't believe yet that a solution is possible for them. So the problem is you can't really make content to that person. They're not going to buy from you if they don't believe the solution is possible. So we have to do the work here, and 90% of our content needs to be in this phase. This is where all FitPros are going wrong. So this content needs to specifically inspire them of a new possibility for life, that they can achieve their goals, they can lose weight, they can get their confidence back, they can feel empowered. And you need to create an aha moment or a change in perspective, that they can look at their problem in a new way. And you can either raise their awareness that the problem is worse than they thought it was, so they're more urgent to act, or you could inspire them in a way or change their perspective that maybe they're not aware, some people won't be aware that there's a problem. They're overweight, but they don't realize the severity of it, or they don't understand how it impacts other areas of their life. Or they could be aware of the problem, but they're not aware a solution exists for them. So if you ever spoke to someone who says, yeah, I'm overweight, but it's just in my genes, it's my DNA, it runs in the family, that's BS, but they don't know that, or they might not know that. So we need to shift their perspective and help them see that, oh no, even if this runs in the family or you think it's genetic, you can still get results. Until you do that, they're not going to move forward in your marketing funnel, because they don't believe the result is possible, so they don't listen to you. That's why most of your content is falling on deaf ears, no matter how good you make it. You're not addressing what they really want. You have to raise awareness that change is possible. Not how to do it, but it's possible. When you do this, and maybe this person will see one of your awareness pieces, or maybe they'll have to see several of your awareness content. But finally, each person, when it clicks and you communicate it in the right way for that person, they're going to click, get the aha moment, get inspired. They're going to believe it's possible. And the next thing they're going to do is they're going to move into the information phase. They're going to ask you now, okay, so what do I do? It's possible. What do I do? Or how do I do it? They want more information. This is when they move into the 7%, right? So in any market, again, with a 100,000 example, 7% or about 7,000 of those people will be in the information phase. And we need to educate them and get them to see this is how it works. This is how you'll get the result. This is how local people are doing it, right? This is how our program works. And now, once you meld those two together, they are inspired of the result and they also can see how it works. Then they're going to take action and they're going to engage with you. Now, they move then into the 3%, which is the action phase. Now, action content is really physical action. It's when they have a consult with you, a phone call, a free trial, a workshop, a seminar, or they start one of your trial programs or front-end offers. We call that content, right? But that's front-end action content. So most FitPros right now are doing a lot of content work, but you're only talking to the 3 to 7%. And the thing is, 90% of your audience is not listening to you because you're not talking to them properly. So with this program, you're going to alleviate all that, and we're going to shift our attention to the 90%. And that's how those of you that are already doing this, you're getting 1 to 2 sales a day organically just off social media that you weren't getting before, because you understand and you've built your content strategy on this, right? So let's now talk about the 5 types of posts we're going to make, because each of those posts will tap into and cover each of these 3 areas. So there's 5 types, okay? I'm going to go into these one by one. And at the end, we're going to put it into a plan for you. So first, you just have to understand which of these, what these are and how they work. So number 1 is the possibility post. So going back to that first awareness phase, we have to inspire people. You need to show them a new possibility that they can get the desired outcome. So the first thing you need to do is write down what are the big outcomes they actually want. What are the 3 big outcomes your prospect wants? Now, if you've done the work in module 2 of creating your company vision, that's going to align with this very clearly, because your company vision is pretty much the big possibility you're sharing with the market. So maybe your vision is we want to help, whatever, like 1,000 people, 1,000 women get their body back and their confidence and feel empowered, right? So these are the big outcomes your client wants: to lose weight, transform their body, feel confident again, feel empowered in life, right? These are the outcomes they want. The big outcome is not get a meal plan, right? It's beyond that. It's empowerment, weight loss, transformation, confidence, right? You need to list out those outcomes and let that guide your content. But the next thing is, the reason they don't believe they can get that is because they have obstacles in the way. Now, these obstacles can be perceived, they could be real, but they're still obstacles to your prospect. Now, here's where you create the aha moment. When you can show someone that they can get the outcome despite the obstacle, then they're going to now believe you, and they're going to be inspired, and they're going to move forward in your funnel, and they're going to want to know, how do we do it? So you want to create posts that tell stories about people who are getting the results while overcoming the obstacle. It could be a first-person story about you. It could be a story from your clients, which a lot of it will be, or it can be a third-party story. A third-party story is when you share a story about a character, it could be a fictional or real character, that all your market would generally know. You might share a story about Oprah Winfrey and how she got her dream career and overcame the bullies and lost weight and all that kind of thing, right? So if she can do it, I can do it, kind of thing, right? So, but most of the time you'll probably use your own stories and your client stories. Now, how do you overcome the obstacle, right? Well, it's pretty much with what I call without or even if copy. Now, what that means is this. Whenever you say like, hey, you can achieve this result, you can drop a dress size in 21 days without, and then you address the common obstacle that's probably in their mind right now. So if you said to someone, hey, you can drop a dress size in 21 days because women are doing it on my program, they are going to say, yes, but, or what if this, or what if that, right? What if, but I've got too many kids, or but I'm too old, or but I've got a bad back, or but I can't afford healthy food, or but I hate running, or but I haven't got time. So your program should be designed to overcome these obstacles, and you can then tell them, hey, you can drop a dress size in 21 days without any crazy diets or without any stupid supplements and pills. Or you can drop a dress size in 21 days even if you're short on time and you hate running, right? So whatever it is your program is designed to overcome, then you can talk about that here. So you're saying, hey, you can get there, or this person got the result even though they had these obstacles. So this post is not going to tell people how they got the result. It's actually going to educate them more, not on the solution, but it's going to educate them more on the problems, why they struggle with problems, why they have the obstacles, and how they can still get results. So, and you want to post this at least 4 times a week. right? So here's an example on the right-hand side that Adam here in Body Changes Pathos has made. So it's a client story, 7 weeks difference. And look, listen to the language here. Look, he says, this client has not stopped work, has not stopped his nights out. He hasn't stopped going on holiday, still eats what he wants, and he's not religious with his gym training. That's where Adam there has very smartly overcome the obstacles, because he said, look, in 7 weeks, you can lose weight without stopping your nights out. Even if you're not religious with the training in the gym. That's overcoming the obstacles right there. Now, in this post, it doesn't say how he's done it. It just says, look, this is possible. Boom. You can also see that it's not even about us. We're not even making ourselves look good. We're not like, hey, Body Changes is amazing. We're making it about the client and saying, look what this guy did. Isn't he amazing? And look, he didn't even have to overcome those obstacles either, right? There's a little call to action at the bottom as well. If you want to have a chat about it, cool, that's fine. So you see, this is an inspiration post. Here are 2 other examples of different things, right? Because these you can say this message in a lot of different ways. On the left-hand side here, we have a testimonial from a client, a screenshotted message about how we helped them and overcome challenges, right? That's inspirational. You see, a result hasn't got to be a before and after picture. It hasn't got to be, you can transform your belly. A result could be, I want to find somewhere I can lose weight and feel safe and understood. And that's what this post. Remember, we've outlined our 3 or 4 biggest desires from our clients. So we have different types of inspiration posts to cover different desires and obstacles they have. So it's not the same thing every time. And on the right-hand side, another really cool one that Carrie has made. This is really genius. She's taken a snapshot of one of the clients brought in their child and he was just playing on our gymnastics rings. And Carrie now has been, I've worked with Carrie and trained these guys so they can now take a post like this, an image, and she's turned it into an inspiration post by putting context and turning it into an inspiring lesson of like, look up to your little ones and they'll look up to you. And kids show us that limitations are only in the mind. Boom, inspiration, right? And that's a cool, creative way of taking anything and turning it into a cool little success story, right? So the next item then is the process post. This is now when people have seen enough of your inspiration posts, they're now going to start resonating with a process post because they're now going to be like, yeah, okay, I get it. I can do it. My friends are going there. Right. How does this work then? Or tell me more about the process, because now they're intrigued. So this is where a process post comes in. This is where you're going to educate the reader on what are the steps and why are they important, right? So what means the actual steps or principles your program is based on. So you can see in the right-hand side, Adam here has outlined the 4 steps behind our program, which is number 1, an exercise program designed specifically for weight loss. You need a nutrition program that is simple and convenient for the whole family. You need a professional coach, as it's the fastest way to get results without guesswork, and social support. You need to be in a like-minded group because studies show that social support is the number 1 factor in consistent and permanent weight loss, right? So that's our steps. You see, our steps aren't count calories, right? That's a tactic. A principle is overarching principles that you need to follow to get in shape. So FitPros drop the ball on this. They talk a lot about information. They give a lot of information away, but it's the wrong information. It's too tactical. It's too specific, right? You just need to give the basic principle outlines. So you need to tell people what are the steps to success and why are they important. Now the why can be the benefits of implementing these steps or the consequences of not. So I could say, for example, you need a program designed specifically for weight loss. The benefits of that are you're going to get faster results. You're going to work the right muscles. You're going to get just faster results. But I could also say the consequences of not having a program is you're going to be guessing. You're going to waste more time. You're going to have not as good results, right? You might do the wrong exercise that actually makes things worse for you. So there's the gap or consequences of not having this principle in place, or you can talk about the benefits. But either way, you've got to show people why they need to follow these steps and pay attention, right? So you want to list out right now the 3 to 5 main pillars that your process is based on. Okay. Now, that's not going to be the only process post you can make, right? You haven't got to write about your 4 steps over and over and over and over again. You don't need to do that. A process post can be all different things. It could be 10 steps to achieve your weight loss results, or it could be 9 secrets they don't want you to know about, or it could be 3 mistakes people make in the gym, right? I'm just giving you, your core piece could be the main steps of your program, but you can get creative and you can think of dozens of things to make posts about, right? But make sure you stick to the principle that you outline the overall steps. Don't go too deep into them. Just say, what is the step? Why is it important? The how, that's what they pay you for, right? So these are also good for teaching through a testimonial. So maybe you have a testimonial like we did in that inspiration, that principle post, or the possibility post before, and we had Gary or whoever it was that lost weight in 7 weeks, right? So we could now take that testimonial and we could do a process post around it and say, hey guys, remember Gary, whose post we showed you, we showed you the other day, he lost weight in 7 weeks. Well, here's the process he used to get there, right? Here's exactly how we did that with him. And you can say the first thing we did was we helped him design a program specific to his body and his goals. Here's why that helped him. Secondly, we gave him simple, practical nutrition advice that him and his family enjoyed. Here's why that worked. Number 3, he started doing our bootcamp 3 times a week where he worked with a professional coach. Here's why that worked. And number 4, social support. We paired him up in our accountability group, and here's why that worked for him, right? So you see, you can take what you did in a previous possibility social proof post, and you can do a process post kind of going into it. Or you could even do a process post, could be like you interview that client, right? And say, I'm just doing a quick 5-minute video interview with our client, Gary, and I'm going to ask him what are the 5 top things that helped him get the result, right? So it's a number. It's like 5 things to this, 3 steps for that, 2 steps to do this. And you can weave in testimonials into it too to give them a bit more context. Now, I want you to do these as videos, live videos, not because they're better necessarily as a video, but because you need to practice video. And more than that, you need to go live. If you want to get more engagement on your business page where you're going to post this, you need to go live, because live video is the most engaged form of post that Facebook prefers. And these tend to work best as videos because they're easier for you to stick to, because you're just following bullet points. So it stops you going off course and going off on tangents and rambling. So I would do, you're going to do 3 posts a week. I want you to do live videos on your Facebook page like Adam has done right here. A little bit of text above to put into context, and then do a live video. And your videos cannot be longer than 5 minutes. That's because if it goes longer than 5 minutes, it means you are going into too much detail, you're going into the how, and you're not talking about what is the principle, why is it important, right? So, and plus no one's going to watch longer than 5 minutes maximum anyway. So let's kill a few birds with one stone and go live on your Facebook page 3 times a week and get the videos done this way. Okay. Next, the FAQ post. So, oops, let me just, FAQ post, right? So this is now designed for quick engagement, right? This is the next type of post we're going to make. So these are designed for fast engagement. They're just quick, punchy posts. And what we want to do with these posts is it's designed to get people to start engaging with you, because you might have people that are inspired by your possibility post. They watch and consume your process post, but we need them to start being comfortable interacting with us. So these posts are not going to take too much of their time. it's going to get them and encourage them to reach out and engage with us somehow, so that we have the foundation to later on move into a one-to-one conversation with them. We need to condition people to respond and do as you say. So, hey, like, comment below, like this, share this, what's your answer, post below, right? The more you start conditioning people to do that, the more they're going to feel comfortable responding to you. So later on, when it comes to, hey, book a call, text this number, call us up, go to this website, they'll start doing that too, right? So the FAQ, if you want to get short, sharp engagement and grab their attention and create enough emotional resonance that they have to respond to you, you have to do this. You have to start this post with the questions and the conversations already going on in the mind of the prospect. You need to steer the conversation and away from that into long-term thinking. So your prospect is going to be asking questions in your mind and asking common questions that probably drive you nuts. They ask tactical, quick fix, short-term questions, don't they? Like FAQ, if you go live and say, I want to do an FAQ, they're going to ask you stuff like, are bananas good for me? Or how many nuts can I eat today? Or what's the best exercise for my arms? And this probably winds you up, right? Because the answer is always, it depends. But more than that, the answer is, they should be looking at something else. They should be looking deeper. They should be looking at long-term strategic thinking instead of short-term tactical, right? So the way we do this, the problem is though, the problem is the clients are asking these questions, or the prospects are asking these questions. And if you don't answer them, they're not going to resonate with you. So what we have to do, and this is a pretty ingenious way, we take the FAQ, we start the post with the FAQ. We address the frequently asked question. Like, for example, let's say, can I eat banana? Are bananas good for me? I've read an article that says bananas are too high in sugar. Are bananas good for me? Now, you start the post like that, right? Because that's going to grab their attention because they're thinking of that question. But then you need to steer the conversation away from that, and we move it from an FAQ to an SAQ. And the SAQ is a should ask question. So we say, hey, I know you're asking this right now because it's the newest trend or fad or whatever, but here's what you should be asking to get better perspective. And we steer the conversation to talk about that. That's how you grab their attention, and you reel them in, but then you move it over to the right conversation. Okay, so you also never want to berate the prospect for having the wrong question, right? So you never want to say, because this is what most FitPros do. They get annoyed and frustrated because they can't communicate with the prospect on this level, right? They can't communicate, so they kind of just say like, don't do keto diets are stupid, you shouldn't be doing this, blah, blah, blah. And they start attacking the prospects. And no wonder they can't resonate with someone. So instead, don't berate them. You want to understand, acknowledge them and say, hey, so I get it. Maybe the thing is keto diet good for me? Or should I do keto diet? That could be an FAQ, right? You want to start off with like asking that question and say, hey, I get it. This is a talk on everyone's lips right now. And you're probably wondering, is it good for you or not? That's a good question. But hey, here's what we need to think about. Here's what we should be asking, blah, blah, blah. And then you talk about whatever your philosophy is on that. So maybe you would ask a client, is it in line with your goals? Is it really necessary? Is it a bit too extreme, right? And so when you do that, you are then acknowledging the prospect, you're befriending them, and you're not making them feel bad for having the question. And then you can lead it into the conversation you want to have that is more valuable for them. And that really will open their eyes, and they'll get like an aha moment again and go, now I see I should be asking this. But if you just berate them and call them stupid, like most FitPros do, then to be honest, you're just an idiot and an asshole. So that doesn't work. So next step here is you need to list out the top 7 FAQs your prospect asks. So think about all the elements of what you do, like nutrition, exercise, habits, recovery, all the elements of your program, and ask all the questions they have at every step. Not the questions you wish they would ask, the actual things they ask in their phraseology. So what's the best exercise to lose weight? What's the best exercise for my arms? How do I lose fat off my stomach? All the questions you probably hate, that's what they're talking about. That's the conversation in their mind. You have to meet them there, right? And so we're going to do 7 posts a week on this. And this can also be a little motivational quote or a meme or something as well to get engagement really fast. Next, the controversy post, right? We're going to do this twice a week. Now, a controversy post is where we're gonna build trust with people who align with you while filtering out those who don't. You're gonna refine your audience here because you're gonna be pushing some people away, and the audience you do keep after you make controversial statements are gonna be more in line with you and more likely to buy. So it's actually gonna clean up your list. This is the post where you demonstrate your leadership and you talk about either what you stand for in your industry or what you stand against. This is where you voice your beliefs and you let people know exactly what side of the fence you're on about something. What beliefs do your audience also have that they wished they had the courage or even the articulation to voice, right? So think about, first of all, things, if you're against keto diets, go all out and freaking say it, right? And don't hold back. If you're for counting calories, go all in and tell people why that is. If you're against counting calories, go all in and tell people what it is. You should have conviction behind your beliefs, right? And so let's say you're against counting calories, like we are, for example. Our basic clients don't count calories and they still get amazing results on our large group programs. Our personal training clients is different, but for the majority, I don't believe people have to count calories. I believe they have to make better nutrition decisions. And that's actually the same philosophy that John Berardi and precision nutrition is based around, right? So we have posts saying like, you don't need to count calories, right? And here's why. Now, of course, that pisses off the other people that do think they have to count calories, but whatever, that's their view. Now, you might think opposite. You might think you have to count calories. Great. Make your point, make your stance and say it. It's not about who's right ultimately. It's about, do you have conviction in your beliefs at the moment? But then think about also what beliefs your audience might have that they wish they could say, right? So things about why typical gyms make people feel intimidated, for example. You could talk about that and say, you know what, we're sick of seeing people be intimidated by regular gyms, or we're sick of gyms and personal trainers charging you money and not guaranteeing results. We're not putting up with that, right? So things that you're sick of seeing in the industry, or things you love seeing. You could say, I love seeing that, Brene Brown is now on Netflix and more people are learning about overall wellness. I think that's amazing and we should support that. Boom, right? So there's plenty of things you're for and against. Maybe you're against Brene Brown. I don't know, right? But again, just go all in on your beliefs and let people quickly see which side of the fence you're on. But here's the thing. Don't polarize people as a tactic. A lot of people teach you this as a tactic. And basically they tell you just be a dick on purpose and just insult people and rip people and bait people off. Don't do that, because that's just stupid. You're going to naturally trigger people just by telling uncomfortable truths. You don't need to try and offend or insult anyone. Don't do that, okay? Just tell your truth. Maybe you think, maybe you don't believe kids should be vaccinated. Maybe you believe the medical system is killing people. Maybe you believe the government are out in the Illuminati to get us, right? It depends what you just say those things out loud. You will be controversial regardless because you're telling your truth. But don't do it to purposely try and upset someone, right? They will get upset, but that's their problem. You're going to do 2 posts like this a week. One post like a leadership for, and 1 post against, where you rally the troops and say, are you with me against this thing? Okay. Next, the immersion post. The final one. This is more like a lifestyle post. It's designed to show behind the scenes of either your personal lifestyle and or your gym culture or gym lifestyle. To show people that, show the culture of your gym, that it's not intimidating, show who it's for. The more pictures and imagery you can show of, like, let's say you're a place for women, show all the pictures of the women hanging out, doing, being like women, and it's not intimidating, all these kind of things. If your gym culture is more for men and it's all kind of like Spartan warrior stuff, show the imagery that shows that, right? So people can get the right idea. And you also want to have a bit of it of yourself maybe as well. If you feel you're a bit of a personal brand, you can show a bit more behind your own lifestyle. So people can see that you're not on a pedestal, that you're not perfect, right? So another reason this post and also the previous one, the controversy post, is so important is because all the other FitPros, they're all sharing the same technical content. You probably all have the same 4 steps. You have the same nutrition beliefs. You have the same whatever. And no matter how good that content is, if it's all the same, the audience still don't know who to trust with their money. So the way you actually stand out and you attract all the market to you is not by trying to compete on technical content. You need a bit of that there because they need to get an idea of what it is you actually do and how you do things. But the way you're really going to get the sale is by sharing this, the controversy post of stating this is what we believe and why we believe it, and having that voice. And also this post, the immersion, the lifestyle, showing behind the scenes, because these 2 posts are going to be the ones that generate the trust and let people see I'm either aligned with this person or I'm not aligned with them. And that is what's going to make them reach out. It's a combination, right? They'll see all your posts, but probably a post like this one is when they'll actually make the decision to reach out and message you because you came across as human or you espoused some kind of value or something that they like. So, what makes you stand out, like I said, is that people can see who you are and what you believe. It's going to show your vulnerabilities, show that you don't always follow the plan either, right? This is, again, Kerry, who's and Adam, who are like getting amazing at content right now. And they've only been doing this a little short time, right? Following this system. But this is a shot of like Kerry at home with little Blake. And look, yes, it's ice cream, right? And we're giving ice cream to our child. Oh my God, right? But this is cool because it shows all the prospects and clients like, wow, okay, so Adam and Kerry are just real people like us. They're just real parents. They have a kid. They know. So prospects are thinking like, oh, good. If I go to this boot camp, these people aren't going to lecture me on if I give my child a gram of sugar once a week, right? And this is what's going to make you relatable and show people that, yeah, you're just real humans too. And you're not some beefy bodybuilder who eats broccoli out of a Tupperware box every single day, right? This is what's going to resonate the most. So ask this, right? How well do your audience know you and or your company? Do they know your personal hobbies? Do they know your favorite food and drinks? Do they know what movies you like? What music you enjoy? Do they know your family, like little Blake in the photo? Do they know your reasons why you started this business? Do they know why your vision is so important? Do they know your personal story? Do they know your history? Kerry talks a lot about, how she's battled things like depression in the past, right? She's very open on Facebook about that. And that lets people in and it lets people trust her. Okay? Do the people know your aspirations for your business and your personal life? These are the kind of things you want to be putting across. And this is so important. We're going to do the immersion post 5 times a week, right? So this is like the final blow. This is the thing when people have seen the other posts from you, this is a thing that's going to knock them off the fence and get them into work with you. So let's put all this together into a content calendar. Okay, so very simple. Your weekly action plan, okay? You've got, first of all, your possibility post, which we said we would do 4 times a week. Now, there's no exact science to this. There's not that certain days are special or anything. I've just laid this out in the most convenient way I could find, right? So let's just say we go with Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday for possibility posts. Again, don't get hung up on that. If you forget to do it on Monday, do it on Tuesday. It's not the end of the freaking world, right? Just It's a guideline, right? Don't get so anal about this. Just get it done 4 times a week, right? Then the process post, 3 times a week. So let's go Monday, Wednesday, Friday. FAQ post, that's going to be daily. You can have a little short, sharp burst of engagement every day. And controversy post is going to be twice a week. Let's do a Tuesday and a Thursday. And the immersion post 5 times. So let's do Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. Okay. And I've got a lot on the weekend there, Thursday, Friday, Sunday, because people will respond more to the immersion post on a weekend because you're generally doing more behind the scenes, weekendy stuff. And so are other people, so they'll resonate too, right? So you could be like, hey, gone out for a pizza today. What are you guys doing? I'll do that tonight. I'm going to go for a pizza tonight. I'll take a photo. And I could be like, hey, you know what? I stick to my nutrition plan for the week, but I treat myself on a Friday to a pizza because it's all about balance. What are you guys eating tonight on your cheat day? Boom, that's going to go through the roof, right? But if I'm doing post on Friday night of like, hey, here's me and my broccoli, you should stick to a plan, right? Then, you know how that's going to go, right? So not very well. So I've created this. You guys might want to take a screenshot of this. Just grab a screenshot right now. This is a timetable you guys can use. So I simply break it up into early and late AM, early and late PM. So as you can see on the top left-hand side, early AM is a post you can make between 6 and 10 AM. Okay. I don't know if like 6:45 is better than 6:49 or anything like that. Just put it between 6 and 10 AM in the morning. You guys overthink the tactical stuff way too much on this. Late AM, do a post between 10 and 12. Early PM is 12 till 5. Late PM is 5 till 10. So I've now scheduled in these posts based on what we just talked about. So you can see here, I've got a key at the bottom. You've got POS for possibility, PRO for process, FAQ for FAQ, CON for controversy, and IM for immersion. So if you can schedule your week like this, then you just need to wake up every day, look, print this off, put this on your computer, or stick it to the back of your mobile phone if you use your phone more for content, and just wake up. And so if you're like stuck for time, if I don't know what to post, I can look right now at my phone and say, okay, it's Friday, it's 12 p.m. in the UK, or 12:11. So I would look Friday, okay, 12:11. It's early PM. That means I'm on FAQ post, FAQ number 5. Right, boom. I can just go online, bam, 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 put that out in 2 minutes. I'm done. Right? And that's how it works. So make sure you screenshot that. And then finally, I'm just going to touch on a couple of FAQs and final notes. So the first note thing is, remember guys, I know this is a lot of content. It's literally 3 to 4 posts a day. Apart from Sunday, we only get to do 2. I know it's a lot, but don't worry, because here's why you need to do this. Number one, it's not that you need 4 posts a day, right? There's not some special algorithm that says you have to post 4 times a day, but it's about frequency and practice. You guys need to hit this hard, because the faster and more often you post, the better you're going to get good. So you need frequency to be able to find your voice and start breaking the mold and getting comfortable with just sharing and being authentic. Most of you just need to practice. Your content sucks because you only post once every couple of days. And so the more you post frequently, you're going to find your voice, and it's funny, it'll accumulate. The more you post content, the faster you'll be able to post more, because you'll generate more ideas every time you post something. And the more engagement you get, the more people ask you questions in return or make comments, that will trigger you to think of new content to make and expand on next time. So you need practice. Now, the thing is, with practice then, also, if you hit this hard 3 to 4 times a day, after a couple of weeks, you're going to get better at this, and you're going to be able to do things faster. So you'll actually be able to create the content 10 times faster, and there should be no reason you can't do 4 posts in under 20 minutes a day. Right now, I probably post 9 to 11 times a day. It doesn't take me longer than 30 minutes a day maximum. Next thing, don't worry if your posts don't go viral overnight, okay? This is going to take time. And again, it's not about like putting a post up and did I make a sale off it? No, this is not a Facebook advert. This is content. You're building a relationship. You're planting seeds. It takes time, okay? It takes time, and you have to learn mastery. You have to learn to stick with something, because if you don't, then you're just like that client who goes to the gym, doesn't get a six-pack in the first week, and then quits, right? So don't be that person. You need to demonstrate patience and persistence. Then be in mind you're getting an invisible ROI with this, right? Your posts will be working even if you can't see immediate results. Because I tell you what, guys, at least once a month, I'll get a client that starts this program or one of our gym programs, and they haven't reacted to any of our content. But they'll message us and say, I've been following your content for like 6 months, but they haven't replied to an email, they haven't liked a post, they haven't commented, they haven't shared, but they've been watching. And more people than you realize are watching you. So be consistent and keep showing up. Okay, now the next question I know we're all gonna have is, but where do I post a video? Do I do it on Facebook or my personal profile or IGTV or YouTube or whatever? Really, right now, it doesn't fucking matter at all. It does not matter, right? Yes, there's significant benefit sometimes to posting something, but for now, do not worry. You need to be consistent and get your content good with practice first before you worry and obsess over where you're posting it, right? And if you're in doubt, post it everywhere, right? It's social media, guys. It's not either or. There's no law that says if I post on Facebook, I can't put it on Instagram or I'm breaking the law. No. If you don't know where to put the video, put it on both platforms and shut the hell up and get on with it, right? But for this program, I want you to post everything on your business page. So your gym should have a business page and your gym should have an Instagram business profile too. Okay? So, and they should be connected. Your Facebook business page, in the settings, you can integrate it or sync it with your Instagram profile. So you need a gym business profile and a gym business Instagram. Post all this stuff on there. And if you want to, I said before, you can also repurpose or copy these posts onto your free Facebook group if you have one. You can take a good post and paste it into as an email or put it onto your Facebook wall as well, okay? It doesn't matter. Just make sure it's on your business page and your Instagram profile first, right? Then copy and paste, repurpose elsewhere if you want to, okay? But again, it's about practice first of all. And again, this is a guideline. If you forget to make a post, if you were meant to do a post Monday early AM and you forgot or didn't have time or whatever, don't beat yourself up. Just get on with the next post in the schedule and just get back on track, okay? Doesn't mean if you forget one post, it's not going to work, right? And I'm telling you what, guys, implement this consistently for 90 days and you'll become the best known business around. Simple as that. You will be amazed at what will happen in 90 days from now if you do this consistently and show up 3 to 4 times a day across Facebook and Instagram. You will literally drop your jaw. You will not know what hit you, right? So the guys who are already doing this have been doing this for a year or so with me. They're getting amazing results. They're signing up clients almost daily organically because of this, right? So take this, start it today, just get on with it. You're going to get posted and get better and better the more you put them out there. And I know you guys can do it. So we're also now, remember, from this Monday coming, we're going to go into a 7-day implementation challenge where I'm going to give you a couple of pointers. We're going to start on Monday. And we're going to get started. I'm going to give you specific exercises. So make sure you're all ready to go. Make sure you understand these concepts. Make sure your content calendar is listed out and you know exactly when you're going to be posting each type of content. And on Monday, we go into implementation and we're going to kick things off Monday with you posting and we're all going to be keeping an eye on you. All right, guys. So drop your comments below. Let me know if you have any other comments on this, and let's get ready to start on Monday.